Hey everybody, I'm Randy and that's Jesse and this is Amanda.
Well, Jesse won't turn around. Well, what about Dave?
Amanda, do a 360 real quick. Show them where in the world you are. Yeah, just kind of like the setting. It feels like it's what, 68.5 degrees out here, Jesse?
70 some degrees.
You're about 70.
About 80, yeah. I mean,
Oh my God,
like, what a day. Here in East Tennessee, we got a video for you. This is an 8x24 ESP, which is called Engineered Steel Panel Home. All right, this is an unfinished one. This is the way the Incrediboxes will look right here. We're selling more and more of these unfinished, and that's what it's supposed to be. I know we sold a special we said we put stucco on them. It's not what it was intended to do. My little.
And this one has
I
stucco.
got talked into it, and I'll try to feel for people, but yeah, and that's got stucco, which is fine. We do that, but this is what this home was built for: to buy unfinished, and then you use your creativity to put stuff on it. We've had people paint them, like our Incredibox. If you guys, nobody can still believe that went from this look to the black and beautiful, all stuff inside and white. You know, it's just paint. So we're going to show you this. This is a unique home because it's off grid also. So think about it. You can get a home. This is steel. So it's going to stay here for eons. I mean, it's not wood. There's no caulking. Nothing in here that you need to do.
Super strong.
Yeah. Now, we put adhesive and caulk behind this window. And now, on the Incredibox, you might have seen we put a trim over top of that, a metal trim. You guys can put wood, you can put trim, you can get creative. We're even asking people, let's try to see who can have the most creativity on decking these houses out.
A lady put in a comment yesterday. She said, Randy, please don't put shower curtains, glue shower curtains on the outside of it.
I was going to make camo shower curtains on here.
Cute.
Yeah, so there's so many cool things you guys can do. We got people wallpapering. We got people buying the styrofoam big squares. It's got the Victorian print on them, putting on the ceilings.
All kinds of stuff.
Wood from Lowe's, pallet wood. And you know what? All you have to do is glue and screw it to it. You don't have to worry about it leaking. You don't have to worry about it rotting down. You don't have to worry about caulking.
We have to get some magnets and stuff. We got to test that. We've not done that yet to hang up stuff.
That sun is hot. I'm getting a tan.
Oh my God, let's go inside.
So this is an 8x24, right?
Yes, 8x24.
Now, I want you to get where I'm at. And I want you to look down that corner right through there. See? It's just, I love this, man. And the water just runs off. There's foam in between each one of these. It's screwed off really nice. That's your soffit. You can leave it like that. You can put wood on it. You know, the more and more that we fool with it. Hey, matter of fact, man, just look at this one.
I know.
All right.
It's
finished. We stuccoed it. You can stucco it. This is a synthetic stucco. It comes in a bucket. It's pre-mixed, pre-colored. Get it any color you want from Sherwin-Williams. You scoop it out in a pan and we put it on with a sheetrock knife. All right, we just spread it on. And it takes 2 coats. The first coat kind of skims it. Second coat, you can work it. If it gets too dry while you're working, you pick a spray bottle and you keep working it and it makes it smooth. Took us a little time to really get used to it. And then we put wood around all the windows, the soffit, the gables, and like you can see, this is a gable, so the triangle. And we put it up here under the soffit is some wood. Now that can be creative. You can do anything with that. I was just thinking, all the types of materials you can get. I even ordered some acrylic sheets that are like fiberglass, but super smooth, like they put on cargo trailers. And I'm going to practice on putting on there. So it's just, it's fun to do.
There's just to show the other pattern. Do we want to show that on the other side?
Oh yeah,
There's another ESP.
Okay, so this has got a stucco on here, and yeah, look down that side like that. You can see it. So the guys put a swirl in that, a little texture. And so when you're taking your sheetrock knife, you just swirl it, and there's no right or wrong. You just swirl it and make it different. You can make runs, you can make it abstract. I like it. And you know, people are not finished yet, but you can embed stuff in here. You know what I wanted to do? I want to drill a hole right through it, right?
Yeah.
And then I want to put a glass bowl.
That'd be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you can put a little light in it.
Yeah.
And the light would shine out. Could you imagine glass, little like wine bottles?
That'd be beautiful.
A half a wine bottle sticking out, and you could get really collective.
Get creative, yes.
Yeah, man. So even on the outside gable end.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping in the future that our Incrediboxes will be something that we'll have Incredibox conventions.
Yeah.
And we'll have, did you get a Incredibox? I got a Incredibox.
And where is your Incredibox?
Where in the world where's your Incredibox?
Yes.
You know, where in the world
is your Incredibox?
Is your Incredibox? And we want to know people putting them on mountains, putting them on top of, towers, back in the hollers.
Are you living in it? Are you renting it out? What are you doing
on the
with
water?
it?
You're looking under 5,000 pounds, everybody.
Amazing.
And it's going to get lighter because we're restructuring our trailer. We've already ordered trailers for our Incrediboxes. We've already sold.
Woo!
We've got money for 17 today.
16, I believe. Yeah.
And we just sent out 17 more contracts yesterday. So we're hoping it's going to catch on. And that's without us going nationwide with our marketing.
Yeah.
We're looking at doing a nationwide marketing plan, a video that is real professional, and get it out there to the rest of the world. $20,000, how can you go wrong buying an Incredibox? All we did was paint it and it was ready to live in. All right, so let's go in. This is an off-grid ESP home. It's got tanks underneath it. It's got your black water, gray, fresh tanks under it. Let's go here.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll show a little bit on the inside. The steps are a little
wonky.
temporary. Well, they're temporary. Yeah, just gotta be careful.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So this customer wanted it like this. Now this is a little bit different floor plan where we swap the lofts. So this is an RJO floor plan.
I like this one a lot.
I know, and refrigerator, sink, your cutting board, it's flush right here, right? So it's flush, you don't have the cutting board sticking out. How's it going? It's tight fit, man.
Yeah.
And so it's nice and smooth. Countertop, full 24 inches, so your countertop's about 26 inches wide. Cooktop. Here you go, is the kitchen. Now you can put up shelving. This one doesn't have a rain shield on it, microwave. This person didn't want one, we put shelves here. Of course you got your refrigerator, it's a big one. It just flows really well.
Now I do remember with this customer that they did want the ceiling stucco.
The ceiling
that's
done.
right.
And that's what we did. So we stuccoed the ceiling. So you got that done.
That's got that done. And now they can do whatever.
And see all the bases? See how we used to use a metal base?
Yes.
You know, when I go back and look at these things, it's like even our first ones look really cool.
This was one of the early on ones.
It is.
8x24. That was the first ESP special.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's look at the bathroom.
This is where the mini split will be. So this is your line set, drain, and your coolant lines. Yep. And of course,
box.
this has got a washer and dryer. This was a deal.
Oh my God.
When we come out with this, it was such a deal. So you got a washer box, you got access to your shower stall, barn door on here.
Beautiful.
Yep. And you know what, man? We did that deal because it was introducing
it's a brand
the ESP and introducing a whole new idea. And you know what? We came through with our promises. It's taken us probably too long to get them out here, but you know what? COVID hit, everything in the world hit. But this is a new product.
And this is a home forever. Forever.
I live in an Incredibox. It's 8x16. This is 8x24.
Oh my.
So, you figure this is 10 foot. My house is about this big.
Yes.
Right? This one is 8 foot larger. And it's got a full dormer and a second loft up here, or a loft up above the kitchen. Yeah.
Wow. And there's where, of course, our water heater is.
And we're asking people to get creative with that. Let us know what you do. Hanging curtains.
How you hide it.
Yep. Yep. It's just, and I keep saying this over and over in almost every show when we show these homes. I love building a home completely. I love we built Hobbit houses. We built a Viking ship looking home. Well, you name it, we built it, right? But when it comes to these really simple, inexpensive homes, for some reason they resonate something in me because they can be multiplied so quick. There's not much money in them. People can own them. And I don't know, it fills everything. I would hate to be just building all these big expensive homes and not being able to build homes that people need a house to live in.
Well, because we know so many people that need a home. We just know that they need a home and they need to save the money. And this is all the money they have.
Yep.
And you get excited when you can when you can offer something like this.
I do.
I seen you scribbling this morning. I ain't going to tell what you were doing, but Randy was scribbling this morning, like different designs and different ideas. So he's always planning.
Yeah, I'm coming up with stuff, man. And that's what I enjoy. That's what gives me the energy to do what I do. You know, so I live in a credit box. It's 8x16.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of an overhang like this. It's enough for one stool. 2 people can sit at this if they want. Remember, everybody, this is a tiny home. This is not your regular home.
No.
I think, as I feel, you don't put everything in a tiny home that you had in your home. It is supposed to be somewhat of an inconvenience, somewhat of a different lifestyle, right? You don't put a full-size washer and dryer. Some people say, well, I'm going to wash my quilt. You're going to wash your quilt. I don't know, how often do you wash your quilt? I hate to say I never wash a quilt, but anyway.
I can't believe you just said that on film.
So, a quilt's $30. I'll throw it away and get me a new one. But you can go to the laundromat or whatever. But I'm just saying, there's so many things you just don't need to have as a home, you know? And that's what makes tiny house living. We've got investors that are wanting to buy these homes. And they always think, because, and I said this before, a lot of investors are used to high living. They're used to everything. And they go to these hotels and everything's lavishly, and they think that people are going to want to rent that. They don't want that. People would love to come in here and I think rent this house with our scribbling on the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what?
I know.
This is a living, breathing home that people have built and done, and it's different. And I think that's the novelty of our homes. Not all of them, but some of these like this. So they're all different personalities.
I love it.
And then you got a homeowner coming in here that may put some personal touches in it. Curtains and blinds, like Amanda did on the credit box. We got blinds on every window. I'm gonna put my personal items in there, pictures.
That's gonna be fun. We'll decorate your house.
Yeah, and we're gonna show you what an credit box can look like. For 20 grand, you can have one. This one right here is an 8x24. Go on our website, look what it costs. It's an ESP.
And you know, I don't think there's people out there, like I got really dogged in a comment the other night. Not bad. I mean, I look at them and I'm like, ugh, whatever. But this guy said Amanda said she wouldn't dare live in a tiny home. Said I wouldn't dare do it. And I'm like, well, number one, you don't know me. Number two, I don't have to. I have a home. I got 3 dogs, like 7 cats, and 2 kids. So they're not all going to fit in the tiny home. But if I had to live in a tiny home, I would. But people, what I want to stress is that it's not a bad thing. It's not a have to live in a tiny home. People are choosing to live in tiny homes. It's not that, oh, it's all I can afford and that's all I can do and all this stuff. There are people who actually want to downsize, purge their stuff, sell their home, have more money available, put money in a tiny home, want to travel, want to do other things. There's so many perks to a tiny home. And I'm 100%, just because I don't live in one does not mean that I wouldn't want to, you know?
Well, as soon as we shift gears here for our company, this 2022,
it's
going to allow my mind to open up to so many other ideas of tiny homes, people of tiny homes, why we get in tiny homes, inexpensive tiny homes, and the benefit is of an inexpensive tiny home. You're going to believe the things that I've got coming up that I want to participate, to bring people together, to say, hey, I live in a tiny home, and this is why I live in a tiny home.
Why.
So you got a $300,000 or $400,000 mortgage. That's great, but you know what we're doing? We're going on a cruise. We're going around. We're going to cross the country together. There's going to be tiny home conventions and stuff and fun, because people can afford to live on a fixed income, $1,200 to $1,500 a month. The reason is because they pay $200 right here. So they're saying, how come you only charge $200? I could get $400 to $500, $600 a lot. Especially when everything's done and beautiful and landscaped and prettied up here. This is going to be an icon of the industry, I think, right here. When I get done, because I'm the type of person, I have to keep rolling beautiful things back into the community. I got an idea of how I want it to look. When it happens, why would I charge $600, $700 a month when we're helping people and they're helping me? I'm still making a living. So, okay, it all comes, and I know there's people saying, oh yeah, rolling their eyes. Oh my God, you know what? Why wouldn't he want to double his money, triple his money? You know why? Because I'm old. I'm getting older. And you're going to think this is like, oh, it just sells. No, it is a true deal. How much money do you think we need to exist? Do you think there's a lot more you get a lot more from giving. And I know everybody, if you've never
You
given,
really do.
you don't know what it's like. If you've never give nothing away or give your time away or help somebody and seen the difference in their lives, you have never done that if you don't know what it feels like.
Yeah.
And then when you get older, you realize that all the money you saved and built and made and scrounged and huddled around you and protected, it ain't worth nothing. It ain't. It's the people and the lives and people around here. I got guys around here that needs trucks. They need a home. I'm getting these guys some homes. I'm going to help them out. There's people in here. It's just too much. There's just too much. There's too much need to hoard what you have, to hoard anything that you might come up with.
And just think about if everybody had that mentality of you could help somebody in that way
You have to.
change just one person's life. And if everybody did it, I mean, there wouldn't be no homeless, there wouldn't be no people in need, struggling. Really think about people around you, especially this time of year. I know because Christmas is next week. Really, really think about it. Who is struggling? Do you have something that you can give that would improve their life or help their life?
Yeah.
We all need to do that, us included.
I had an idea, and I know every man in here would love it.
Yeah.
Because every man in here is about burnt dirt poor, been
They
raised
are.
dirt poor.
That's right.
And I thought, you know what happened up in Kentucky, the tornadoes? Would that not be so awesome? All of them have a decent sized truck.
I know.
We have 50 Incrediboxes, and we all head up there and drop them off and help people and just leave them for people. And we come back home and they would love that. These guys want to participate and do that because they're all struggling, you know. Anyway, we're getting off on a soapbox.
Well, and it's one of the things that will, like these houses right here, if we even got to where, because the company is finally to a point we're getting more organized, we're getting more,
making money.
Exactly, where things are going, we can actually maybe next year make some smaller houses. And just for shelter homes to help.
Like an 8x10 or 8x12.
Exactly. And
on
just
a little
have them
utility
waiting.
trailer.
Have them waiting for whenever there's an emergency and we can help them out.
And we don't want the government to help us.
No,
I don't want any subsidies. I don't want any grants. I don't want any
would love
nothing.
to be able
it's
to
just what we
help
do on our
somebody.
own. Yeah, we're supposed to help our own. Man, we're getting political.
My
Hey,
gosh.
and for that guy to say that you would never live in a tiny home, mister, you don't know what that woman's lived in. You have no idea how rough country blood this girl is right here. I've seen her carry sacks of concrete. She's worked hard. She's lived in hardly nothing. Her house was almost condemned and still living in it. Her house used to flood in the basement and she'd walk on blocks of wood to get to the washer and dryer and been that all her life until I showed up. I fixed all that.
Oh, Randy.
I came to the rescue.
My savior.
But she thinks I'm a typical no good for nothing guy. So, you know, we'll give you
that's
that.
another show.
That's another show.
Hey, that's an all-girls show.
Yeah, you guys can have that on your own.
For ladies only.
He ran off. See you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this ESP Incredible Tiny Home. Come see us. No, don't come see us ever.
No.
So,
Don't show up.
850 Industrial Road.
No, this is you. This is you. I wasn't even kidding. Randy's like, here, come on, eat time.
Yeah.
850 Industrial, come on.
Yeah.
And somebody walks up. Who's that?
I think he did here. Who didn't lock that gate? I got so much going on. All right, see ya. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this 8x24 ESP Home. Bye. See ya.
Bye. Oh, let me show up top. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, the loft, yeah.
I'm not tall enough. I need one of them selfie sticks. Okay, bye.
See ya.